Hey guys, what's going on? John here from What's Spinning. Here today to talk about some of the albums that I regretfully did not get a chance to cover this last month. Most of these I had a full length review planned, ran out of time, or just something else came up, but I still wanted to chat about these albums in one way or another. Oh my god, this was such a disappointment. Guided by Voices, one of my all time favorite bands. Alien Lanes, B1000, Mag Earwig, Propeller, Vampire on Titus. So many amazing albums. And throughout the 2000s, the GBV songbook has just, it's not really gotten to the point where it's getting bad, but it's getting to the point where with each passing Guided by Voices album, I'm thinking to myself, do we really need this? Is there anything here that is going to bring me back for seconds? The answer this time around is no. Like, it really is. And it's sad. But right now, Robert Pollard and the guys from GBV are talking about releasing 3 albums this year. There is no reason that this album needs to be an hour and 14 minutes when I can only pick out maybe 20 minutes of material here that's truly awesome. This is just, it's not a bad album, but I don't need an hour and 14 minutes of filler right about now from these guys, especially when they have 2 more albums coming down the pipe. Hey, so I really didn't see this coming. I've never been that crazy on Bob's solo stuff, even though I'm a pretty big Husker Du guy. But this new solo album from Bob is actually pretty neat. Like, it shows him at a really good place in his career. He's writing really catchy tunes that are very punchy. He still has tons of energy, and his delivery is still there, too. Like, he doesn't sound like he's slowing down at all. He just sounds really great here. And it's probably not going to be ending up on anybody's end of the year list or anything like that, but for a fun, upbeat, and catchy punk rock album from one of its finest, this new Bob Mould album is pretty damn good. Oh, I was really excited for this new Mercury Rev project. I thought some of the singles were really soulful, really interesting, and I thought that their approach to covering this whole Bobby Gentry album and taking all these very talented female singers for vocals, I thought that was a really cool thought. And there's some great performances on here, but at the end of the day, there's no soul to this album. There's no heart. There's some passionate performances, but not nearly as much as the original. And some of these singers, some of which I really love, don't sound like themselves, just sound out of place. There are some like Hope Sandoval and Margot Price and Nora Jones that end up really knocking it out of the park. But some of the other tunes, like with Marissa Nadler, like she doesn't even sound like herself. It's a weird album. It's a covers album. It's very hit and miss. Hey, so this new Cass McCombs album is not bad at all. I mean, Cass's discography over the years, it's been pretty thorough. Like, he doesn't release a lot of bad albums or, like, truly bad albums. There's some that are iffy in parts, but this one's pretty good. There's some great ballads. There's some great sort of jammy tunes, and I actually love some of the vocal performances on here. I mean, yeah, it's a little bloated. It's an hour long, but still pretty solid project. I would definitely give it a listen. Oh boy, my morbid curiosity got the best of me on this one. This album sucks. No, like really, this is a really bad album. These guys, at the height of my punk phase, I remember like worshiping these guys, thinking like Penny Bridge Pioneers was such a great punk album. And they do have some great albums back in the day. This is whiny. This is so horribly produced. The songwriting's off. This is bad. Run for the hills. Hey, so this new Nivek album, I hope I'm saying that right. This is freaking awesome. Like, I really wish that I got a chance to chat about this here. If you're a Liz Harris fan, Grouper fan, definitely check this out, especially if you weren't into the last Grouper album from last year, which a lot of people weren't, like hearing Liz go sort of indie pop, baroque pop, bedroom pop for 23 or 26 minutes, whatever it was. That rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. This is different. This is Liz going back to her roots, doing some real freaky, ambient, experimental stuff. It's tons of material. She's working with some great people. There's a great ambiance to it, and it really gets freaky at times. If you're into ambient or experimental music, give this a listen ASAP. Oh boy, well, I don't get this EP at all. People have been asking me what I think about this new Broken Social Scene. I don't get it. Like, I don't get the hype about this at all. Like, I wasn't that into this band to begin with. Like, I definitely have enjoyed some of their early albums, but I wasn't like writing home for another EP, and certainly not this one. Like, most of this is just them pandering to their post-rock instincts, which is fine on paper, and I think Boyfriends is a legitimately unreal song. Like, it is fantastic. But I don't know what they're doing going forward. If this is going to be a part one of something, if they're going to take the Belle and Sebastian approach, I'm just not into this overall. And finally, for these little mini reviews, I want to talk about the new Kalani album. This is one that I really wanted to and anticipated giving a full length review to. Honestly, I don't think it's that bad. As a matter of fact, I think it's probably her best project to date, front to back. It's slimmed down, it's much less bloated than some of her early work, and her voice just sounds incredible. My only issue is some of the guests she brings on, some of them I do agree with, but some of them I feel like she just could have done a lot better. She kind of sold herself short on that. But still, I'm really impressed with the way that she's evolved, and I think she sounds like better than ever. Solid album. Well, there you have it, guys. A couple of short, quick, off the top of my head reviews and thoughts on these albums. Some of them I liked, some of them I didn't like, but I'm glad that I got to chat about them in some respect. If you like these kind of short videos at the end of the month reviewing a couple of things that I didn't get to, give us a like and give us a subscribe, and let me know what you think about these albums down below. And until next time, have a great day, guys.